participate in some of the forums. Some of our old friends in the association also, they have certain forums. I am a silent member there. I do observe what is being told there. And I don't respond. Many of my own colleagues which have been in very senior positions like TMDs and CGMs, they also are members on those platforms, social media platform, what we call, and I see a lot of negativity in them also. What I say, my views in this are slightly different. Negativity doesn't help you as an individual, nor as a member of a corporate organization. It never helps. Okay, certain amount of frankness, certain amount of admission of the realities is required, but life is never helped by having a negative view about the whole thing. I have seen my own friends, I have seen examples in my family. Those who have had a certain detachment from the negativity or see things with some amount of neutral perspective, their work-life balance also and their performance as an individual in the organizations where they work is always better than a person who is always negative. I have had the occasion to work in different branches, different offices, units, and I have seen in every office you will have this mix of people. You will have a person who will always be negative, who will have views which will be different from others, who will never push for business or for better hygiene. He will always think that this is not possible, this we should not do, the less work that we have is better. Who doesn't want less work? If you reduce my workload by 75% and increase my salary to double of what it is, I'll probably be a happier man. But that is an ideal which we cannot always have in life. Had I had 10 times the amount of money that I have today, had my son been in a position which is better than today, had my wife been much more beautiful than what she was or she is, or had I been a more handsome man than what I am today, probably the life would have been better, but it is not always possible. So the things which are obtaining in our life, the reality is, we should accept in a certain measure, not always have. Some amount of negativity is always good also. Because I cannot always be hunky-dory that everything is okay and we should all be happy always and do whatever I ask you to do. It's not possible, it is not. But then, as an individual, it is also my duty to create some sort of positivity in life. And when we talk about work-life balance, because that is the in thing today, everybody talks about that. We also talk about that. It's not always possible to have some of the measures that the bank is taking. In fact, taking a cue from Mr. Soumya that I'll urge you all to promote more and more the digital modes of banking to educate our customers so that the customers are not dependent on us for their banking needs, and therefore our load also comes down to that extent, if possible. It will happen. The great revolution which took place in the banking sector, the last great revolution I would say, was when the ATMs were introduced, because that saved us from our customer load, and it also saved our customers from us, because at one point of time, all said and done, I am very, very dissatisfied with our existing customer service. In fact, I think all officers, if they put a hand on their heart, probably they will also not be happy with the customer service that we have provided to our customers. But it is much, much better than what it used to be 20 years ago. And that has happened probably because the intake of our employees is more educated. Younger people have come into the organization. Also, to some extent, because the digital initiatives, IT initiatives came into that. One great revolution which took place was the ATMs when ATMs came. So the customer, at least for drawal of cash, I have seen a day, many of the colleagues who are of similar age in in the similar age bracket as I am would probably remember I was weeping, virtually weeping in my branches when my customer used to wait for 2 hours for a cash withdrawal of 500 rupees. I have seen this happening. And our own people, due to their indifferent and I don't know what kind of attitude it would be called, they were making those persons suffer for 2 hours. The bank employees used to go out of the branch for taking their tea and making the customer suffer for 500 rupees withdrawal. The person has taken a token, is waiting, the babu is not there, officer is not there. It used to be, there used to be a position. At least the position is much better today because all of us, the association, the union, the bank and the IT initiatives have worked together to improve. Situation has improved. The second great revolution which is taking place in the banking sector is through the digital mode, where cash is being taken more and more by the ATMs. The other needs are also taken by the digital mode so that the customer's dependence on the branch staff through manual work is less. That will also lead to an improvement in our own work-life balance, as Mr. Datta rightly said. But the work-life balance, some of the negativity can be taken away by being positive. By being positive towards myself, by being positive to my colleague. Nobody has got any business, whether he is a controller or a branch manager or an officer, or any officer, to be totally unempathetic to his colleague. Please remember, I always keep telling my officers and colleagues, please have sympathy for your colleague. You are working in the same organization. I have to assign work in my office also. I am angry with my people. I am a hard task master. I give them a task. I demand results within a given time frame. But at the same time, I do take care that every day, at least for 10 minutes, we laugh together. My people will be doing something good. I ask them about their personal lives. My people, someday some colleague will come and make a beautiful flower arrangement. That is an occasion where you have to congratulate him. You have to call for him and tell him you have done a great job. Somebody's family member has done something extraordinary. That is an occasion to celebrate it in the office also, for a small celebration. Just distribute 2 chocolates. Many a time, just as a gimmick, I congratulate my people, I compliment my people, picking up a water bottle only. I give them this is your reward. The reward, the price of the reward is not important. The gesture of giving a reward, giving a compliment is important. So that also helps. Please do cultivate positive habits. I have seen your own ex-colleague, Mr. Franco. He was always used to keep a book in his hand. Probably he was always reading while traveling. I also have the same habit. In fact, today also in my car there is a book. And it is nothing to do with banking at all. I always read books. The magazines I would read, articles I would read while in office related to banking. Outside office, I always read something which is totally unrelated to banking. You can, right now in my vehicle you will find a book by Sam Miller which has got nothing to do with banking. Sorry, Philip Masson. So Mr. Franco was also carrying, always. So I asked him, why you are carrying this book? He said, I have this habit of reading. Develop a positive habit. It will take you some negativity away from you. Because if the challenges that the bank in particular, the Mumbai circle, bank in general and Mumbai circle in particular is facing are many. One is NPA, of course, as Mr. Datta rightly said, as our chairman says, don't worry about large value NPAs. They were part of our legacy, the bank will tackle them. My appeal to my colleagues is, please do not contribute to NPAs. NPAs happen because of 2 reasons. Primarily, in my estimation, it is because of the economic reasons. The cycle goes haywire here and there and NPAs are created. Then the blame lies in the entrepreneur because he is a willful defaulter. Basically, primarily he is a willful defaulter. And the third, we contribute to NPAs because of our weak processes and weak monitoring. My request only is take care of the third part. Please do not contribute in creating further NPAs. The remaining we will try to resolve. That is for the NPA. The second is business. Business, of course, Mumbai Circle, it is not happening. We are, most of the parameters, we are at the bottom of the pyramid in the circles ranking. But things are changing. We are, for the last couple of months, we have seen some positive results. All of you have worked very, very hard. I thank on behalf of the Mumbai Circle, each member of this audience, those who have contributed to some positive turnaround. Please keep work harder and harder with hope and confidence in your heart. We cannot lose hope. The moment I lose hope, I lose the battle. That is pakka. Despite all difficulties, we shall overcome. We will win this battle. Business is not happening right now, but it will definitely happen. We will make it happen through your cooperation. That is the second part. The third is hygiene. Hygiene is something, again, in most of the parameters Mumbai Circle, we are struggling. I have been interacting with my people. There, as an officer, there is a difference all said and done between an officer and a man. There is a clear-cut distinction. Any one of you who has seen this movie called The Bridge on River Kwai? Any one of you? One person has seen. Only one person has seen, others can try this movie. It's an old movie. The Bridge on River Kwai. This is a movie on a Second World War incident. There you see the clear-cut distinction between officers and men. Officers have some added responsibility. You are officers because you are leader. The first officer, the junior most officer, is also potentially a general manager and a chief general manager. Tomorrow you can be here. It is just a matter of time. So you are also empowered and entrusted with the same responsibility. So please remember, hygiene is a primary responsibility. Whatever be the reason you have not contributed is, please do not contribute it further. Please take care. This is an area where we cannot compromise much. You know what happens? The day I am told that one branch has left the CGL, BGL unreconciled, my fear is not that the bank is going to suffer a loss. The same day I fear that somebody has done a mistake which may lead other people into trouble. One person's mistake can lead to punishment of 3 people, minimum. And this is a scenario which I fear most. I say no, there cannot be any compromise in matters of hygiene. So my request is, please take care of this area. There is a total zero tolerance area, very difficult. I request all of you, we will work together. If you have any problem in this, you cannot reconcile it, you cannot resolve it, take help of others. I will always be there, we will always be there to help you. These challenges cannot be overcome in a day or two. It will take some time, but on a day-to-day basis, we have to take care of this. The last point is, and not the least, is customer service, which Mr. Datta also talked about. You see, there are reasons for our less than adequate customer service. Agreed. The workload has increased. Agreed. There are some works, some tasks which have been given to us, which even I do not like. Agreed. But primarily, the customer service comes out of the mindset. As I told you, 30 years ago when I joined the bank, I saw a different level of customer service, and that was on account of a different mindset. The mindset was, I am not responsible to the customer. That was the unfortunate mindset many of us had. Things have changed. Now we are more and more reconciled to the fact that unless we serve the customer well, we will not survive. Unless the organization survives, we will also not survive. That realization is there, but there is a lot to be done. The unfortunate part, I will cite one incident only, and that will summarize everything. 2 days ago, only 2 days ago, my brother who retired from this bank only as a very, very sincere and popular worker. He went to a branch where he also had the occasion to serve maybe 15 years ago for taking what? The TDS certificate from the branch. And could you imagine that he had to call me for getting that TDS certificate? This is the level of our customer service. Even an ex-colleague, he talked to 3 people, they were so indifferent to him. Maybe there was some work pressure, but the work pressure on all days, on everywhere, every branch cannot be there. There is some lack of empathy also. The lack of empathy and this attitude, the change in attitude also reflects towards our own employees also. Maybe sometimes when we talk that our people are not treating our own employees well, maybe that is the reason. There is, every time I interact with a customer, I have to put a hand on my heart and think once. For 1 second we should pause and think, am I being fair to the customer? Is my language temperate or intemperate? Am I serving him promptly? Please think. You see, you would have seen some controllers where they would not give audience to their own colleagues. They would not give audience to a customer. The customer has to wait. I have seen my own colleagues, AGM, GM, DGMs, maybe even CGM, where a customer will come, he is meant to wait for half an hour. Or an employee comes to meet, he is meant to wait for 1 hour. Is this fair? It's not fair. If a customer comes to see me, visit me, whether he has taken an appointment or not, my instructions to my secretariat is, come what may, I'll see him even if for 2 minutes only. I will see. And if an employee comes to meet me for whatever reason, I will spare time for him even if for 2 minutes. That I cannot ignore. Because this lack of empathy is the problem. The whole problem of the customer service is this. If somebody has a problem, one of my customers has a problem, it's my duty, I will go out of the way to resolve it. If I cannot resolve it to his full satisfaction, okay, no problem. But I definitely try. And I will not be indifferent. That is the mantra we should have. If I am not indifferent, 50% of the battle will be won. And most of the challenges that we face on the business front, probably that will also be taken care of. So that is my request to all my colleagues. Please be sincere to your work. You see, there are many things which are not in our hands. We cannot take care of them. That's not possible. Okay, we will deal with them as and when time comes. But whatever is within my hands, within my reach, within my capabilities, I must attempt. So please be sincere in customer service, and best of luck to all of you. Sure, as I told you earlier, that Mumbai Circle, whatever challenges we will have, we shall overcome those challenges. A great future lies ahead of us. A great future lies ahead of the organization. A great future lies ahead of the association also. And best of luck for that whatever wage negotiations are also going on, because I am also very keenly looking forward to that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for alarming on the hygiene issues, NPS issues, and many more such issues. And thanks for giving us, showing us the importance of especially the attitude, which changes everything. Positive attitude, it helps us. Most of the time when we gather or when we meet, most of the time we are sharing the problems in our branch. कभी काम का प्रेशर है, कभी टारगेट अचीव नहीं होता है, बजट का प्रेशर है, एक पैरामीटर में मैं अचीव करती हूँ तो दूसरे पैरामीटर में मैं अचीव कर नहीं पाती हूँ. बट वन थिंग यूजुअली वी फॉरगॉट कि हमारे हाथ में काम है. यहाँ बहुत बेरोजगार है और हमारे हाथ में काम है. दैट इज मस्ट थिंग. One more thing is, on each 25th of the month, we are getting a message. वो अच्छा वाला मैसेज हमारे इनबॉक्स में आके गिरता है on 25th morning. And the third thing, we are having the power of SBI, that status of SBI, that aura of SBI we are having. With this, I will request our next speaker, Shri Sudhir Bhagwat sir, DGM, Nashik. Shri Bhagwat sir.
All the distinguished guests on the dais, Chief Guest, General Manager Sanjay Kumar sir, Soumya Datta sir, the Federation President, and G. Subramaniam, Federation General Secretary, President Mumbai Circle Association, Sri Nare, and General Secretary Mumbai Association, Sri Sabhapati, a very popular Ram Kumar Sabhapati. We also have Staff Federation, Staff Union General Secretary Sringar Purati. Besides that, my colleagues from Nashik, who are also on the dais as well as in the audience. See, I am not going to go into all the details of whatever has to be said here because our General Manager has already covered all the aspects of it. Before that, Mr. Soumya Datta has also shared his thoughts. So I will not get into that because I will not be adding anything new to that. My only request to all the colleagues here present in this forum or in this meeting is that, see, banking industry is going through a change, a drastic change. I would say the paradigm shift that is going to happen or that is happening is affecting all our lives. It's a fact. And it is coming out in different aspects that we see. Some of it were narrated by Soumya Datta, which is very unfortunate. So the challenge is to strike a balance. To strike a balance between what are the expectations from us and what we are supposed to do and what best can be taken from the government, from the management. See, one thing is sure that whatever we have got today, the improvement in service conditions and whatever is there has not happened overnight. It has been because there have been unstinted efforts by the association, federation and unions over the years that has brought us to this stage. So that role they will have to play, they will continue to do that, and I am sure we as part of this organization will have to remember that we have to strike a balance. This change is, as I said, is there, it will be there, it will take some more time to settle down. As our GM said, the second revolution which is happening in the bank is digital forum. This will take some time to settle down. The challenge of State Bank of India some years back was that how to handle the crowd in the branches. Despite so much of computerization, so many things happening, the challenge more or less remains the same. You walk into any branch of State Bank, you will find people struggling with that, both employees as well as the customers. So that is one challenge, we will have to find solutions to that. Bank is also working on it, we will also have to contribute. I am sure with the positive attitude that was shared by our General Manager, we will be able to find out ways and means of handling this difficult times. So I wish you all the very best, and before I go and take my seat, I will again thank my team and the office bearers of the association at Nashik for arranging such a wonderful event. I am sure you will all have meaningful discussions which will take both the association as well as the bank forward. Thank you.
Our next speaker is one more versatile personality who has worked in operations. Like he has worked in field, as a field officer, as a branch manager, as a system administrator, manager PPD. It's all kind of branch working experience, and he is having. So I'm requesting our guest of honor, Sri G. Subramaniam, Chairman NASCOM and General Secretary SBI, Hyderabad Circle.
Good afternoon, comrades. Your President and President of today's meeting, Comrade Anil Nare, my best friend, the General Secretary of IBOC and President of our Federation, Comrade Soumya Datta, the chief guest of today's function, your General Manager Network 1, Sri Sanjay Kumar ji, another best friend of mine, who is your General Secretary to today, and he says after this General Body, he is not your General Secretary. So he is the General Secretary of the Leader of Leaders, because he is the General Secretary of the Federation. Comrade Ram Kumar Sabapati, your module head from the management, who is here, Sri Sudhir Bhagwatji. The fraternal relation is very important. So our guest from the union, Sri Jagdish Shingarpur, the persons who are hosting this particular conference today, Comrade Shivaji Patil and Comrade Ravikant Dikshit, both of them have taken a lot of pains to arrange this beautiful conference today. And of course, your most lovable General Secretary after this conference, who is also on the dais, Comrade Sunil Shinde. The veterans who are here, with whom I have worked, and one of them with whom I was also charge-sheeted, thanks to the 28th August 2012 demonstration during lunch hour asking for 5-day week, Comrade Tawakkar ji. He is one of those soldiers, along with my own General Secretary of that time, Comrade M. Anaya, and the President of the Bhubaneswar Circle, Comrade Mishra, who were sent on Rule 93. We have such great heroes here. And another two veterans who are here, with whom I have worked in the Federation, Comrade Chandan Shiveji and Raja Kamleji. And my dear comrades, militant comrades of Bombay Circle, good afternoon once again to all of you. My role has been doubled. Comrade Soumya says that whatever I have missed, Comrade Subramanian will take care. And Comrade Ram Kumar Sabapati, who generally gives all the developments in the Federation, he says Chairman is there today to give all those, and he has doubled that responsibility towards me. But before I talk on any other subject, I have two things to first tell. Both about the people who are on the dais. One who said this will be his last General Body meeting because he is retiring next April, and he is standing in front of you as General Secretary of this mighty SBA Bombay Circle for the last time. I have to tell about him, only one or two words about him. Nobody can change destiny. You all agree to it, no? Nobody can change destiny. During the Golden Jubilee Conference, he had a wish that he should become the President of the Federation, which did not happen, which went to Comrade D.D. Franco Rajendra Dev at that time, telling him that your name will be recommended to become the Board of Director on behalf of the Federation representing the officers. And rightfully his name was recommended by the bank management to the Government of India, but you know what happened. We did not see the light of the day. Because destiny wanted him to lead the Federation as General Secretary. That's why those things have not happened. So he is leading the Federation from the forefront. He is the General Secretary of our Federation. Friends, from the day one he has started working, that is what Comrade Soumya told. And then you should be really happy to know how he worked and what is that he has done, which got a particular appreciation from the General Secretary of the Confederation and the President of the Federation. The most important thing that has happened is about the RBI penalties imposed during the demonetization period. Those have been waived by the bank, and the amount borne by the bank, in spite of losses at that point of time, is around 19 crores. Now I got one particular message from one joint custodian of a branch in Khammam district, which our general manager sir will be knowing, Jublipura branch, where the joint custodian has to shell down 11.35 lakhs as RBI penalty for the shortages and fake notes which was sent as remittance to Reserve Bank of India during the monetization period, and the entire amount has been refunded by the bank. And they have given a beautiful message thanking the entire federation for that, and I rightfully have sent the messages to both Soumya and Ramkumar Sabhabadi. The message, if they read out, if they have time, will tell you the amount of happiness in the members' face when their hard work is recognized and when they are not penalized, and when they are penalized, the amount is returned back. That is the work done by Comrade Ramkumar Sabhabadi immediately after taking over as the General Secretary of the Federation. Thereafter, for the first time, on the work-life balance, the instructions come from the corporate center to the module heads, which is not seen or heard previously. It comes to the CGM of the circle, it doesn't come to the module heads. This shows the importance attached by the corporate center to the word work-life balance. This again, I have something to share when I come to the suicides part, if I have time, because I have been given only 15 minutes time, one, and another according to the schedule given, 1 o'clock is the lunch time. Already you are all hungry, so I cannot make you sit with hungry for much long time. Okay. But then a few things important have to be told. If I do not tell here, I cannot tell anywhere else also about your own General Secretary who may not be telling about himself. So I thought I will make 1 or 2 references about that. So work-life balance he has taken up as a serious thing, and he has been doing a lot of things. Friends, Comrade Soumya, when he talks about be united, he concluded his speech saying that be united, then only we will be able to achieve. Friends, you should know what happens when you are united. You have to be told how results are seen when you are united. And the best example will be the Pathanmori branch, where a politician attacked one of the officers, and how all of you were united, including the awards of union and the management, and the branch was closed for 4 days or 5 days. These things came to normalcy when people agreed that what they have done is wrong and they apologize. Shows when you are all united, when all of us are united, when management, union, association are united, you can do miracles. You have this faith in yourself. I am only giving you an example which has yielded result. There are so many such examples. In various other meetings, I quoted about the advertisement being withdrawn by the Kalyan Jewellers, who had the audacity of challenging the trust with which the banks used to work. And thanks to all of you who voted, saying that this advertisement is wrong and it has to be withdrawn, and it was withdrawn. Thanks to IMO, which led that entire campaign. So whenever you are united, I am only quoting 1 or 2 which are very well known to all of you, because it gives you a lot of positiveness. Our GMs are talking about positiveness. So I have to come to that part also. You are all very lucky. The one person I told was about Ram. The other is about your general manager, Sri Sanjay Kumar ji. He was asked to head a module in Hyderabad, which was in those days called Hyderabad AO2, which was in the remotest part of the present Telangana state, where it was very difficult to show results. But he stood up and said that yes, when we work as a team, we can do miracles. And he made that Hyderabad AO2 #1 module in Hyderabad. A very difficult module, but he made it number 1. How? Because he believes in team spirit. A man who has always taken every member of his team together. He has made everyone happy. He has taken care of their interest. When I mean he has taken care of the interest is when you do things without any malified intention. He has not hesitated to fight with the circle management committee and see that their cases are dropped. He had that vision, he had that belief that when people work, they have to be taken care by the people who matter, and he has shown that. He has taken care of all his team members in the entire Hyderabad AO2. No one was punished during this time. And that is how this particular AO2 of Hyderabad created miracles in Hyderabad circle. Thank you very much, sir. Those memories are still fresh in our mind. A very well-read man, a very knowledgeable man. When I go to his chambers, we used to have a lot of discussion over a cup of tea. You will know how much knowledge he has. Having worked in foreign assignments also, he knows how to take care of the bank's interest and the employees' interest and the officers' interest. A team man. So you are very lucky that this conference is getting inaugurated through the hands of Sri Sanjay Kumarji, and I am very happy to meet him here. After a long gap, he got promoted and went to Chandi. Now, another thing which you are all lucky in this sense is that today a women conference is taking place in Kerala Circle, where the General Secretary is envious. Envious because he wanted at least one of us, either Soumya or Ramkumar Sabapati or Subramaniam, to be there, along with their conference, India conference of women conference, but all three have landed here. Shows that how much you people attract people. You attract all of us to Bombay. Or your Ram Sabapati or Anil Nare, they attract. I don't know. You have attracted all of us here. That man is now very angry with us. Comrade Murali is very angry with us that all three are landed here. So at least one of you should have been with us there. So these are the things which happen, you know, when people are good, when people have some positiveness, things happen automatically. So this is how I have landed here. I did not attend your Pune conference. Probably this is the first annual conference after the triennial, or you had one previous annual? Yeah, first annual conference. You had shifted from triennial to annual. So first triennial conference in Nashik. Very nice to be there. A trade union festival always is very enjoyable. We have to be here. Now coming to some similarities between Hyderabad Circle and the Bombay Circle. Hyderabad Circle also had a circle bifurcation into Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, Amravati and Telangana. Now you are going to face it. Now you are going to face it in the way of Maharashtra Circle and Bombay Circle. It is a very difficult one because I have gone through it, I know how difficult it is. But then, when the number of branches are increasing and 3 networks or 4 networks, 4 general managers or 5 general managers are also not able to manage the circle naturally, they require 2 CGMs. So circle bifurcated to get 2 CGMs in addition to the 5 general managers. Hopefully that process will go on smoothly. But what worries as an organization is about the 2 circle associations. The association getting divided into 2. This is something which is again very painful. This process also I have undergone. Now you are going to undergo. I don't know how you are really mentally fit or mentally strong enough to face this particular bifurcation. But this has also to happen. When circles are bifurcated, you cannot have one general secretary to handle in both the circles. So probably these are the similarities which I thought I should share with you. And this is another place which is badly affected on account of mergers. EAB mergers, Telangana is badly affected because we had more number of ESBH branches, and here also we will be having more number of branches probably. So after the merger also this is the first conference. As we had our conference after the first merger, this is your first conference of after the merger. There are so many other issues with regard to merger, especially demonetization, compensation not paid to EABs, so all those things maybe during the business session Comrade Ramkumar Sabapati will be addressing. But then I have been asked to touch about a few developments which have taken place at the federation level during this period. Apart from the work-life balance circular, the improvements in the housing loan, which is something which we have all to appreciate. Today, the income of the children can be added to arrive at the EMI irrespective of the wage revision. Otherwise, without wage revision, you will not be getting the higher amounts of housing loan. Another thing which requires a mention is about the bereavement leave. This has not happened anywhere in any industry. The entire banking industry has not happened, and in fact, in the entire industry itself, it has not happened. Bereavement leave is something which we have to be really proud of our bank. Our bank is really great. Our bank has shown way for so many things. So this is another area where one particular reference has to be made. And then we have this not only talking but also deed. That is also important. We all say that the bank has come out of the red. It has made a profit of 945 crores in Q2. In Q2 we have made a profit of 945 crores, and it is because of all of you that we have done. Even our general manager, our DGM, while speaking, they say that if business develops, if things improve, it is only because of our team, it is because of all of you that it happens. It is not stopped at that place. This time they have gone to the extent of giving rupees 800 as Diwali gift by means of a sweet box or whatever, dry fruit box. This shows that they are really interested in what they are talking. Otherwise, they only say that because of you the bank has come out of the red, but they do not care to give you or recognize your thing or take care of your thing. This is a good gesture which has happened very recently from our corporate center management. So we can feel happy that things will move in the right direction with the present setup of people in the corporate center heading the HR. HR is one of the very important areas. The human resources asset is the most valuable asset for any institution, more so for a service institution like banking. Then, we have been working for the bank. So many things we have been doing for the bank. Not only demonetization, not only Mudra, not only Jandan, not only your farm waivers. We have been doing so many things, and off late we have been doing Aadhaar enrollment also. So everything they look, now 59-minute loan, not SME loan, that also have to be done by our office. So for everything the government looks towards us for delivering the goods or delivering whatever they want. But when it comes to wage revision, Comrade Soumya has very rightfully said that how they have offered a meager 6% increase, which is very disgusting. It is very disgusting, and we have to tell that this is not at all acceptable to our entire banking industry, and this we can do it when we participate 100% in the strike calls given by the IBOC and ISBOC. So we have to stand united to tell that if you are going to treat us, we will not be accepting it lying down. We will rise to the occasion and we will show what we are, and we will not lag behind to launch whatever struggles required to achieve whatever is required to us. So very nice that I have got an opportunity to be with you and address some of my thoughts. I think I have not crossed the 15 minutes limit given to me. So wish you all the best in the business session. There are so many issues which you have to discuss. Please discuss at length. Discussion is something which is very important before taking a decision. Decisions have to be taken, but discussion has to take place. And these meetings are meant for that, because it is one place where we can give you a lot of information, where we can share a lot of information, and at the same time we can get to know what is your problem, what is your age, and what is your gut feeling about this organization, whether it will take care and protect your interests or not. So all these things should come out in the open in the business session. I wish that business session all the very best, and all the very best for the conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir has just now given an example of team spirit. Sir, there is one saying, coming together is the beginning, keeping together is the progress, and working together is the success. We are already working together, so we are on the path of success. On this path of success, I am requesting our next speaker, our distinguished guest, Sri Jagdish Shrungarpure, General Secretary, State Bank of India, Staff Union, Mumbai Sarkar.
स्टेट बँक ऑफ इंडिया ऑफिसर्स असोसिएशनचे अध्यक्ष आणि आजच्या या ॲन्युअल जनरल बॉडी मीटिंगचे अध्यक्ष अनिल नरे, ह्या मीटिंगचे उद्घाटक इनॉग्रेटर ऑफ दिस मीटिंग ऑल इंडिया बँक्स ऑफिसर्स कॉन्फेडरेशनचे जनरल सेक्रेटरी आणि ऑल इंडिया स्टेट बँक ऑफ इंडिया ऑफिसर्स फेडरेशनचे प्रेसिडेंट कॉम्रेड सौम्य दत्ता, ऑल इंडिया ऑफिसर्स बँक स्टेट बँक ऑफ इंडिया ऑफिसर्स फेडरेशनचे सेक्रेटरी आणि या सर्कलचे जनरल सेक्रेटरी कॉम्रेड राम सभापती, जनरल मॅनेजर नेटवर्क 1 मुंबई सर्कल श्री संजय कुमारजी, नागपूर मॉड्यूलचे नाशिक मॉड्यूलचे DG भागवत साहेब, तुमचे वेटिंग इन जनरल सेक्रेटरी सुनील शिंदे, व्यासपीठावर उपस्थित असलेले अन्य सर्व पदाधिकारी आणि आजच्या कॉन्फरन्ससाठी महाराष्ट्र आणि गोव्याच्या कानाकोपऱ्यातून आलेले माझे सहकारी अधिकारी सहकारी बंधू भगिनी, सगळ्यात पहिल्यांदा I would like to congratulate Comrade Ram Sabapati, Comrade Nare, Comrade Shivaji Patil and their entire team for organizing such a wonderful conference. Comrade, खरं म्हणजे तुमच्या इश्यूबद्दल मी बोलणं योग्य नाही आहे, कारण शेवटी अधिकारी संघटना आणि अवार्ड युनियन दोघांच्या सर्व्हिस कंडिशन वेगळ्या असतात, दोघांचे इश्यूज वेगवेगळे असतात. जरी मी अवार्ड युनियनचा जनरल सेक्रेटरी असलो तरी तुमच्या इश्यूजबद्दल मला माहिती नाही असा त्यातला भाग नाही आहे. मला खास उल्लेख करायचा वाटतं, तुमचं जे मंथली बुलेटिन निघतं LBI बुलेटिन, त्याची कॉपी आमच्या ऑफिसला येते. कदाचित फॉर्मॅलिटी म्हणून यायचे, पण ती कॉपी ऑफिसला आल्यानंतर मी आवर्जून ती वाचतो, कारण त्यातला मला राम सभापती साहेबांनी केलेला पत्रव्यवहार वाचायचा असतो आणि त्यामुळे त्या अनुषंगाने तुमचे जे इश्यू आहेत त्याबद्दल अचूक माहिती होती. राम सभापतींनी मगाशी उल्लेख केला सिस्टर ऑर्गनायझेशन किंवा आत्ता त्यांनी फेडरेशन सेक्रेटरी म्हणून आता त्या घेतला असेल. मी जनरल सेक्रेटरी म्हणून 3 वर्षापूर्वी निवडून आलो, त्यामुळे त्यांच्याबरोबर काम करायचे खूप काही प्रसंग आले नाही. पण एका गोष्टीचा मात्र मी आवर्जून उल्लेख करेन की ज्याच्यामध्ये आम्ही दोघांनी मॅनेजमेंटकडे जॉईंटली रिप्रेझेंट केलं आणि त्याबद्दल मी राम सभापती साहेबांचा आभारी आहे. मुंबई सर्कलच्या डिमॉनिटायझेशनच्या ओव्हरटाईमचा जो इश्यू होता, पेंडिंग इश्यू होता आणि ज्या बातम्या कानावर येतं इतर सर्कलमध्ये पेमेंट झालं, काही अंडरस्टँडिंग झाल्या, त्या पार्श्वभूमीवर बोथ ऑफ जॉईंटली रिप्रेझेंटेड टू आवर सर्कल मॅनेजमेंट आणि मला खात्री आहे की ऑफिसर्स आणि आपले आवर स्टाफ या दोघांच्या दृष्टीने हा इश्यू क्लीन झाला, आज सेटल झालेला आहे. म्हणून इथे माझ्या आधीच्या अनेक मोठमोठ्या व्यक्तींनी युनिटीबद्दल सांगितलं. येस, युनिटी महत्त्वाची आहेच, फक्त आवडता युनिटी नाही किंवा फक्त ऑफिसरची युनिटी नाही. वी डू बिलीव्ह इन युनिटी ऑफ आवर स्टाफ, वी डू बिलीव्ह इन युनिटी ऑफ ऑफिसर्स असोसिएशन or officers employees. But what we want is more than that. What we want is working class unity, and that is need of the hour today. आज कॉम्रेड वेज युनियनचा पण उल्लेख झाला. युनायटेड फोरम ऑफ बँक युनियनच्या माध्यमातून ही युनिटी झालेली ॲट एपेक्स लेवल. एक जर तुम्ही चित्र बघितलं तर सर्कलमध्ये प्रत्येक ठिकाणी असेल, कदाचित मला माहीत नाही इतर सर्कलचं, की या अवॉर्ड ऑफ युनियन आणि ऑफिसर्सचे असोसिएशन हे दोन्ही रायव्हल युनियन समजले जातात. काही कॉन्फ्लिक्ट करणारे इश्यू असतात, नो डाऊट, पण म्हणून प्रत्येक वेळेस आपल्याला एकमेकांकडे विरोधक म्हणून पाहायला नको. जेव्हा स्टेट बँकेचा कर्मचारी म्हणून जेव्हा आपण ह्या प्रश्नांकडे बघू, स्टेट बँक मॅन म्हणून, तेव्हा मला वाटतं आपल्याला तफावत लक्षात येईल की दोघांचे इश्यू वेगळे असल्यामुळे दोन्ही पॅरल चालणाऱ्या संघटना आहेत, समांतर चालणाऱ्या संघटना आहेत. एकमेकांकडे रायव्हल म्हणून बघायची काही गरज नाही आहे. मगाशी मी जो उल्लेख केला वर्किंग क्लास युनिटी, ते नुसतं बोलण्यापुरता नव्हता, त्याप्रमाणे ते आम्ही आमच्या कृतीतनं सिद्ध केलं नागपूर मोडीच्या पाटणपुरी ब्रँचच्या वेळेस. जेव्हा पाटणपुरी ब्रँचचा इश्यू झाला तेव्हा मला तिथे मोडीच्या DGSचा मला फोन आला की असा असा प्रकार झाला आहे, तो प्रकार झाला, तो ब्रँच मॅनेजरच्या बाबतीत झालेला आहे आणि ती ब्रँच बंद ठेवायचं ठरतंय. आपण आवाज युनियन म्हणून काय स्टॅप घ्यायचा, त्याची झळ आपल्याला किती पोचेल. मी तत्क्षणी ते माझ्या DGSला सांगितलं, कम वाटणे काही हो, जर त्या ठिकाणी एका आपल्या कलिगला तो कोणत्या ऑर्गनायझेशनचा सदस्य आहे किंवा काय आहे ते न बघता जर अशा प्रकारे कोणत्या तरी पॉलिटिकल स्टॉलवर्टनी ॲब्युजिव्ह लँग्वेज वापरली असेल तर बाकी सगळं बाजूला ठेवा. त्यांनी जो काय डिसिजन घेतला ॲजिटेशनचा, मग ते डेमॉन्स्ट्रेशन असतील किंवा आणखीन काय क्लोजर ऑफ द ब्रँच असेल, जो काय डिसिजन घेतला असेल त्याला संपूर्णपणे पाठिंबा द्यायचा निर्णय आम्ही त्यावेळेस. रामसभापतींनी जो उल्लेख केला की ही फॉर्च्युनेट इनफ, यस, मुंबई सर्कलची जी परंपरा आहे, ट्रॅडिशन आहे मुंबई सर्कलची. असं नाही की ह्या सर्कलमध्ये कधी ऑफिसर्स असोसिएशन आणि अवॉर्ड ऑफ युनियनचे क्लॅसेस झालेले चालेल, काही इश्यूला धरून झालेत, काही प्रिन्सिपल्सला धरून झालेत, पण बाय अँड लार्ज जेव्हा जेव्हा प्रसंग येतो वी राईज टू द ओकेजन आणि आम्ही एकत्रपणे काम करतो. आणि मी खरं म्हणजे आज सभापती साहेबांचा आभारी आहे की त्यांचा जो आज वाईड एक्सपिरियन्स आहे, त्या एक्सपिरियन्समधून मला काही शिकायला मिळते आणि त्याचा फायदा होतो आमच्या ऑर्गनायझेशनचा. कॉम्रेड आणखी एका गोष्टीचा मला उल्लेख करायचा आहे. मगाशी कोणीतरी त्यांनी क्रॉस सेलिंगच्या कमिशनबद्दलचा उल्लेख केला, त्या बाबतीत कशी अनहेल्दी कॉम्पिटिशन चालली आहे त्याचा उल्लेख केला. मी कॉम्रेड तुम्हाला अभिमानाने सांगू शकतो की आमचं फेडरेशन, ऑल इंडिया स्टेट बँक ऑफ इंडिया स्टाफ फेडरेशन, हे या बाबतीत 2 पावलं पुढे गेलेले आहे. केरळमध्ये आमची जी काउन्सिल मिटिंग झाली, त्या काउन्सिल मिटिंगमध्ये आम्ही युनॅनिमसली एक ठराव पास केला आहे. त्यावेळेस बँकेची परिस्थिती हालाकी होती, आज प्रॉफिटमध्ये असली तरी त्यावेळेस जेव्हा आमचं अधिवेशन झालं त्यावेळेस स्टेट बँक वॉज सफरिंग लॉस. मे बी जुलै ऑगस्टमध्ये झालं आमचं अधिवेशन. त्यावेळेस आमच्या काउन्सिल मिटिंगमध्ये एक ठराव पास केला गेला आहे की जे काही अवॉर्ड टापच्या लोकांना या क्रॉस सेलिंगच्या माध्यमातून कमिशन मिळतं, द एंटायर कमिशन शुड बी क्रेडिटेड टू कमिशन अकाउंट. आम्हाला त्याचा एक पैसा देखील नको आहे, बँकेची प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी वाढावी हा निर्णय घेतला. कॉम्प्रेट नुसतं रिझर्वेशन पास नाही केलं. त्याच्यानंतर मी अभिमानाने पुन्हा सांगतो की आमच्या फेडरेशन सेक्रेटरी कॉम्प्रेट संजीव कुमार बंदली, द वन हू इज कन्व्हेनर ऑफ द UFP, त्यांनी चेअरमनला पत्र लिहून तसं त्याप्रमाणे ऑफर देखील दिली. ऑफकोर्स मॅनेजमेंटने अजून तुझ्या रिस्पॉन्स केला नाही, तो भाग वेगळा. मगाशी मी म्हटलं नुसतं बोलण्यात नाही, कृतीतनं पण केलं. त्या क्रॉस सेलिंगचं कमिशन आम्हाला नको, आमच्या कमिशन अकाउंटला क्रेडिट केलं जाऊ, अशा प्रकारचा आम्ही ठराव पास केला. कॉम्रेड मी अधिक वेळ घेणार नाही. आज रामसभापती साहेबांनी उल्लेख केला, खरं म्हणजे त्यांना टेन्युअर खूप कमी मिळालं आहे आणि ज्या क्षणी त्यांनी फेडरेशनची सूत्र हाती घेतली त्या क्षणापासून त्यांनी कामाचा जो काही धडाका लावला आहे ते आपल्यासमोर आधी या वक्त्यांनी मांडलेलं आहे. एप्रिलमध्ये त्यांची रिटायरमेंट आहे. कालच्या तुमच्या सेंट्रल कमिटीमध्ये म्हणा किंवा जी कोणती मिटिंग झाली त्या मिटिंगमध्ये आमचे जुने मित्र सुनील शिंदे यांची निवड झालेली आहे. आज तुमच्यासमोर या व्यासपीठावरून जाहीर करतो, आजपर्यंत माझ्या टेन्युअरमध्ये जे रामसभापतींना सहकार्य केलं ते संपूर्ण सहकार्य सुनील शिंदे आम्ही तुम्हाला याबद्दल मी जुने मित्र मुद्दाम म्हटलं. मी मगाशी तुम्हाला कंपनीमध्ये म्हटलं की इथे जे आज ऑफिसर असोसिएशनचे काम करणारे लोक आहेत, क्रियाशील कार्यकर्ते, ॲक्टिव्हिस्ट म्हणतो आपण त्यांना. आत्ता मी ह्या क्षणी 100 नावं सांगू शकतो की जी एकेकाळी आमच्याबरोबर आवडता पिरियडमध्ये काम करत होते. सुनील शिंदे देखील आमच्या ऑर्गनायझेशनमध्ये DES पण होते मोडली. आणि मला अभिमान आहे की त्या काळात आमच्या नेतृत्वाने देव युनियनिझम यांच्यात रुजवला, आज त्याची फळं मिळतात किंवा आज त्याच्यातनं. त्यामुळेच ही मंडळी आजही जो आपला ट्रेड युनियनचा वारसा पुढे चालवला आहे. या सगळ्या कार्यकर्त्यांचं तुमच्या टीमचं मी अभिनंदन करतो. आणि रजा घेण्यापूर्वी नाशिककरांनी इथे जे काही आम्हाला स्वागत केलं जे निमंत्रण दिलं. खरंच मी स्वतःला आय कन्सिडर मायसेल्फ लकी की अशा चांगल्या एका उत्तर पूर्वेने आयोजित केलेल्या कॉन्फरन्समध्ये सहभागी होण्याचं सौभाग्य मला लाभलं. मला इथे इन्व्हाइट केलं, निमंत्रण दिलं आणि जो आपण माझा वेलकम आणि सत्कार केला त्याबद्दल आपल्या सगळ्यांचे मनपूर्वक आभार मानतो. आज दुपारच्या सत्रामध्ये मला वाटतं आपलं डेलिगेट सेशन होणार आहे. त्या डेलिगेट सेशनमध्ये तुम्हाला भेडसावणाऱ्या विविध प्रश्नांवर चर्चा निश्चितपणे होईल. मला खात्री आहे अंडर द एबल लिडरशिप ऑफ सुनील शिंदे, राम सभापती आणि अनिल नरे, स्टेट बँकमधल्या एखाद्या ऑफिसरला भेडसावणाऱ्या प्रश्नांची इथे चर्चा होईल, त्याच्यातून मार्ग काढला जाईल. आणि त्यासाठी मी तुमच्या या कॉन्फरन्सला आय विश ऑल द बेस्ट. थँक्यू व्हेरी मच.
असोसिएशनचं पॅटर्न परत पुढच्या लोकांकडे जात असताना स्टाफ युनियनकडून सहकार्याचं पुन्हा एकदा आश्वासन आपल्याला मिळालेलं आहे. त्याबद्दल जगदीशपर्यंतचे आपण सगळेच आभारी आहोत. Now I will request Comrade Anil Nare for his presidential address.
Good afternoon to all. Respected Sri Soumya Datta, General Secretary Bengal Circle, President Icebog, and General Secretary AIBOs. Today's Chief Guest, Sri Sanjay Kumar, General Manager Network 1, Mumbai Circle, our beloved J. Subramaniam, General Secretary Hyderabad Circle, and Chairman of ISBOB. Our beloved General Secretary Ram Kumar Sabhabati and General Secretary of ISBOB, our counterpart Jagdish Gangarpure, General Secretary of Staff Union, Mumbai Circle, newly nominated General Secretary of Mumbai Circle, Sunil Shinde, our beloved BNO, DGM BNO, Nashik Zone, Sudhir Bhagwat sir, and today's host, both Shivaji and Dikshit. Especially our Sangli sir, General Secretary BSNL, Nashik, our mentors, our seniors, Wan sir, Kaukar sir, Raja Kamle sir, Chandan sir, and other dignitaries of the dais, as well my core committee members, central committee members, circle committee, and above all my beloved esteemed members of this and heart of this association, Mumbai Circle, my all members. First of all, at the outset, I would like to congratulate Nashik Zone for arranging in an external manner this excellent facilities, excellent warm welcome, hospitalities provided to all our members of Nashik Zone, to give big applause to all office bearers and under the leadership of Shivaji and Dikshit. I also congratulate and my sincere thanks to Mumbai LSU for presenting their spiritual songs in the morning session. Really, it was very, very wonderful experience. Now coming to some issues, already all issues are covered by our predecessors. All the earlier speakers have given good spaces, and very much thankful to them for inspiring and the members, as well as marking their presence here and adding this glory to this wonderful event. So I am once again thankful to all of them, present dignitaries and all our members on behalf of the Circle Association Mumbai Circle. Now coming to some points that are already issued. The work-life balance is important, though it is issued in earlier, still it is going on the discussions of all forums, because the circulars have been issued to the corporate center as well as every circle management of all circles, but the implementation part is not up to the mark. Some of the feedbacks we are receiving, still some controllers are calling our people to work on the Sundays, holidays, etc. Sir, my request to all my members, the circulars are issued, instruction issued by the corporate center, to obey these circulars, obey the instruction of corporation in your hand. So implementation at root level is your duty, so that I can give message to you. I endorse the views expressed by our beloved GM, Sanjay Kumar sir. Yes sir, it is a joint effort, it is teamwork. When we go together, we are working as a family in the State Bank of India. So it is our prime duty to do everything jointly for the business, for joint prosperity of the association, prosperity of the State Bank of India, prosperity of the circle. But sir, it is also necessary that is the exchange of views, dialogues is necessary. When we are working as a family member, it should be the relation and the faith, that confidence in each other, then it will work. It should be reciprocal. It should not be one-sided. So my request and my request to the circle management, let us go together, let us do all the things for the prosperity of the circle as well as the State Bank of India as a whole. Customer service is one important aspect. It is correctly says, because only digital format cannot do the business, cannot stand in the competition nowadays. Because customer service along with the other digital methods is very necessary. The last presentation showed by our people of the LHO, the youngsters. This is correctly said. The customer service is very, very important. You must have observed and gone through every speech of our beloved chairman, Nashik, he always highlighted the importance of the customer service as well as the compliance of the audit report. Customer service necessary, which is weapon, which is source in our hands of the we can do that. If you do the better customer service to all of the existing customers as well as the new customers can be tapped. And this clientele or existing clientele can be retained or maintained, and our business portfolio can be expanded. So I appeal on the Circle Association to all my members working in the branches to give the better customer service and give jointly the support and respond positively to the appeal of our beloved chairman, Nashik. Now coming to the association point of view. Now you must have observed, nowadays the percentage of a youth, percentage of a woman, ladies comrades are increasing, employees are increasing day by day. But it is unfortunate on our part, the participation in the trade union movement is reducing. Not up to the expectation. I appeal on this forum to all the members, the ladies youth, you come forward and support association for carrying out this activity for the benefit of their own members. Now before concluding, because time is running fast, we have to go for the lunch and after the business session is on, so I will not take much of your time. So before concluding, I once again giving best wishes to all of you for coming to year 2019, because it's 1 month is remained, only December. So I wish all my members, my State Bank of India, my circle, the good wishes for the new year, and it should be filled up with joyful, it should be happy and healthy life to all of you. With these few words, I conclude. Thank you very much.
कार्यक्रमाच्या समारोपाकडे आपण हळूहळू जवळ येतच आहोत.
Comrades, we have the guests from across the country, dignitaries are there. We only welcome them. Now we would like to felicitate them to express our gratitude for their gracious presence here. I will be felicitating all the dignitaries on the dais. Okay? Please give them a big round of applause.
श्री संजय कुमार सर, जनरल मॅनेजर नेटवर्क 1, मुंबई सरकार.
Comrades, we will reassemble at 2:45 for the business session. Right? We will like to start the session sharp so that you all can leave after completing the deliberations quickly.
Hello everybody. Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais. I would like to sincerely thank each and everyone here for making this event a great success. First, I would like to specially thank Sri Soumya Datta, General Secretary of IPOC and President of ASBOF, for coming all the way from Calcutta to guide us and make this event more graceful. Then our respected General Manager Sanjay Kumar sir, then Sri G. Subramaniam, Chairman of ASBOF and General Secretary of SBI Hyderabad Circle, who has also travelled long way from Hyderabad to Nashik. Then our distinguished guest, DGM sir, Sudhir Bhagwat sir, DGM behind Nashik. Newly co-opted General Secretary Sunil Shinde sir, our distinguished guest Jagdish Sundarpure, General Secretary of SBI Staff Union Mumbai Circle, President of this event Sri Anil Naresh sir, who is the President of Mumbai Circle SBI also, then Ram Kumar Samabati sir, General Secretary of SBI Mumbai Circle, President General Secretary, and also General Secretary of SBI OIF. Then all members who travelled from long way from Goa, Nagpur and Marathwada and Vidarbha and entire Maharashtra regions,
ex-officers who present here on our request. Then General Secretary of BSNL, catering staff, decorators, event managers, transport operators, then team from Mumbai LHO who guided us and helped us in making this event successful. Then special thanks to Prachi for campaigning this event successfully. Our media partners, local police, all other service providers, and a special thanks to the team from Nashik who has made this event more successful. And as per my opinion, this is possible only because the great leadership and a teamwork. So sincere thanks to all of you, and thanks organizer for giving me an opportunity to present vote of thanks to you. Thank you.